The voices of accountability. This beacon encourages every Bajan to speak up and take responsibility when they see something going wrong in this country, in their community, in their houses, in their jobs.
Bless up my people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. And in this one, my people, we're seeing the Member of Parliament for East Portland, Anne-Marie Vaz, in a big altercation with Burchell, the People's National Party's candidate for the by-election in St. Thomas, my people. And before me show you the video, my people, me I wonder how Anne Vaz reach a St. Thomas for basically in this altercation, a pointing up of hands, even over the police, them to show Russia, quote unquote, say, she a bad girl. Well, my people, I'm about to show you the video right now. I want you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Then now, my people, based on that little small clipping, you can see why the supporters them behave so. Cause day before yesterday, I put out a video where Chopper John West talk up a bag of things, and whatever Andrew Holness say is law. We don't know law for who. I guess law for the labor rights them, but they must say things can get real nasty certain way. And when we see a sitting MP behave so out in a public, law enforcers the right behind her, and even that couldn't quell her till them war come over to her. So them people are show we who they really are. But my people, with the lack of accountability, nothing will come out of this. And when we see them behave in this manner, my people, we really need a separate and apart political ombudsman, a political referee, to disqualify them for behaviors like this. Any farmer threat, any farmer vile behavior towards other candidates or even out in public should disqualify them from even running in any election at all. But with a prime minister like what we have right now, no accountability, no integrity. The man show with that day in, day out. And when I started this channel, my people, to be honest with you, I wasn't on any side, so to speak. Never voted yet. And when we see the behavior of some of these politicians, especially on the governing side, and with the government never coming out to address certain things when it pertains to their behavior, and the lewd words that come out of some of them mouth, my people, show me say him not have no integrity whatsoever. But I want to jump over now to a little bit over the international side. And I'm going to hear a speech from Barbados Prime Minister Mia Mottley herself. And when I tell you that I respect this woman so much, believe me when I tell you I respect this woman so much. And she's speaking about accountability and integrity for all, not just politicians. That is true. But me not think our Prime Minister of Jamaica can ever come out and take a stage and talk about accountability. No accountability not there with our Prime Minister.
The voices of accountability. This beacon encourages every Bajan to speak up and take responsibility when they see something going wrong in this country, in their community, in their houses, in their jobs. It embodies the idea that accountability isn't just for leaders, but for every citizen. Tanya Stevens reminds us of corruption in high and low places only to remind us that because we have a colonial mentality. We see only the oppression that is above us and not the oppression that is among us. Creating a culture of silence in the face of patent wrongdoing is not just acceptable, it is dangerous and it is destructive. And speaking up respectfully and, more importantly, speaking truth becomes a civic duty of every citizen of this country and everyone who chooses to want to live among us, even though not a citizen. This applies, my friends, to whether we're talking about what happens in our home, our workplace, the church, the community, or even the block, especially the block. There is nothing to be gained through remaining silent when we know better. And to say I shoulda, I coulda, I didn't. Regret cannot be the platform to this country's stability, harmony, or prosperity.
Now, my people, according to election results in the America election, we're seeing where the results have shown that Donald Trump is the new elected president to take office January 2025, my people. And with a man we speak out of turn, for a man where his mouth has no filter, for a man where 38 criminal charges surround his name, for a man where lie, for a man where push racism, for a man where push disrespect, for a man where rape allegations surround his name, assault of women. And people gladly run out and support and voted for this man. Right? And we can't fight them on them constitutional right to vote. But what we can fight on is the attitude and the character where the man show and only supporting that. Right? Some people, it goes to show that integrity means nothing to majority of the people in the world. It's just a handful away. When no matter who in power, we are going to stand and hold them accountable. Right? No matter who is in power, I repeat, we're going to stand and hold them accountable. And we want leaders, we're not only for themselves, but we want leaders who are for the people. Right? But me I'm making to hear one of the citizens of America venting his frustration and just giving us some eye-opening, message. And I want you to listen to it keenly. And remember that the Jamaica election is coming in 2025. And we must take a stance to vote for integrity, to vote for accountability, to vote for the people, to vote for transparency, to vote for policies, to vote for our children and our grandchildren for a better Jamaica.
Well, Donald Trump is now our 47th President of the United States of America. This election was not even close, which I find odd considering Kamala Harris's rallies. However, how can that compete when you have Elon Musk paying $1 million per day to encourage people to vote for Donald Trump? Personally, I'm disgusted by that. I'm disgusted enough to delete my X account. I'm disgusted enough to never order a Tesla as long as I shall live. I want to take this moment to congratulate those of you who voted for Donald Trump, which was the overwhelming majority of Americans. You chose to vote for a dictatorship, and that is what you will get. America is no longer the land of the free. You have chosen, by siding with Donald Trump, to throw our United States Constitution and our United States flag in the garbage. Personally, I am embarrassed. I am ashamed to call myself an American. In fact, I no longer call myself an American because the values that I hold dear are being aligned with freedom, liberty, and justice. Unfortunately, those are no longer the values of the United States, as the United States has voted for a dictatorship and everything that comes with it. This country is no longer recognizable to me. I find myself surrounded by people that no longer share the same values as I do. You chose to elect a man that is a self-proclaimed dictator. Over 80% of his former staff came forward to warn us he's a fascist. Over half of the country decided to vote for a convicted felon, a man found guilty of rape, a hostile, hateful, old, senile, bitter, treasonous bigot. During his entire campaign, he never once laid out a policy, not one policy, in detail. All he spoke about were bumper sticker level, surface level ideas, concepts, with no real plan, no details whatsoever. As Americans, we deserve better than that. That's why I made over 125 videos sounding the alarm bell, saying this man does not have a plan. This man is not taking the role of being president serious. Leading economists, leading financial firms are warning us that by electing Donald Trump, our country is on course for a recession. I outlined his lies in detail, one by one, and in comparison, I outlined Kamala Harris's details with supporting evidence. But you were too brainwashed, too blinded by your own racism, misogyny, bigotry, tunnel vision. You refused to acknowledge the facts. So now, when the cost of goods, from food to clothes to cars, increase in price by 20%, that's on you. When your mother loses her Medicare benefits, that's on you. When your disabled brother loses 30% of his Social Security disability income, that's on you. When your pregnant daughter suffers a miscarriage and is being investigated for murder, that's on you. When your wife gets raped and is forced to give birth to your rapist baby, that's on you. And when they make her rapist have parental rights to co-parent with you, that's on you. When the cost of imported lumber increases by 20% and new construction becomes even more scarce, that's on you. When Donald Trump conducts his mass deportation operation, which is projected to cost Americans $379 billion, which is projected to cut our GDP by 4 to 6%, leading to a great recession, that's on you. When Trump fills his cabinet with MAGA loyalists that defund the Department for Education, the Department of Labor, the Department of Homeland Security, the EPA, that's on you. When you are no longer offered overtime pay, that's on you. When Social Security is projected to go bankrupt in 6 years under Donald Trump's plan, that's on you. When leading economists project his plan will add $5.8 trillion to the national debt, that's on you. When large publicly traded companies buy up single-family homes in residential neighborhoods, creating lifelong renters, and further increasing the price of homes, making it even harder to become a homeowner, that's on you. When corporations turn into monopolies by less restrictions through mergers and price gouging, that's on you. When Trump deregulates the EPA and pollutes our air and causes sea levels to rise, that's on you. In 4 years, when we have another election and you want to vote him out, but he refuses to leave, that's on you. Americans made it blatantly clear that they would rather incur all of this rather than have a mixed woman as their president. Shame on you. You will get what you deserve. Donald Trump's last presidency, he had the luxury of riding Obama's strong economy. However, that's not the case this time. Although our economy has been built back stronger, our economy is still very fragile. And so this time around, you will get to experience a true Donald Trump presidency. And let me tell you something, it is not going to be pretty. Part of me is actually looking forward to watching those of you who support him relentlessly suffer under his policies and become much poorer, as those of us that have accumulated wealth become much richer. However, this isn't about money for me. This is about doing what's right. It's right versus wrong. It's freedom versus dictatorship. And unfortunately, more than half of Americans chose the latter. Ironically, it is the MAGA supporters that are going to feel the effects of a Trump presidency the most. If you make in the lower 50% of all Americans, you can expect a tax increase under Donald Trump's policy. So to sum up, you voted for a dictatorship for you, your family, and your children. And this will take decades to undo. Being the land of the free, our freedom is not something to take for granted. It's something that we have fought for, our grandparents have fought for, and it's something that you literally just gave up by voting this man in. He told you what he's going to do, and you have to believe him. And unfortunately, there's no way out now. And yet, his most loyal supporters are bragging that Trump won, when in fact this is the biggest mistake of your life. This is something that your children and your children's children and your children's children will never forgive you for. Good luck to all of you.
So it seems to me, my people, that a stupidity win election. Because when a man can say they're eating the cats and the dogs and win election, when a man can put on a shoes and win election, my God, the people has lost their moral compass. No morality. As Isat Buchanan would have said, they are morally bankrupt. With all that being said, my people, I want to know for jump in my comment section. Let me hear what I say now. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel on the road to 30K and beyond. Make it happen for my people. You have to like up the videos them. You want to be a part of the notification shout out, be the first to like the videos and comment, and you'll get a shout out in the next video. Notification shout out goes to Jemiah Nike. Big up yourself, Jemiah. Thanks for the continued support from each and every subscriber. Join the membership of the ABR, my people. You get benefits such as badges beside the name, member shout out, and a whole lot of perks in becoming a member. Only a small fee per month to be a member of the Anisabel Rose movement. Journey with me, my people, to a better Jamaica, to bringing you the latest news, hot topics out there, my people. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.